Outstanding mortgage loans in the UK economy account for more than £1 trillion. And also, even more importantly, 90% of household borrowing is mortgages. So what households choose in the mortgage market has effects also on how much they can consume elsewhere, how much they're saving, and what effect it has on the broader economy as a whole. If consumers, for example, borrow at excessive costs, that has repercussions throughout the economy. There is currently very little research that explores decisions of individual households when they engage with mortgage products. So, for instance, how they choose how much to borrow, whether or not and how they shop around for mortgage products, which lenders they go for, how much they pay as a result, and whether or not they could have gotten a much better deal, which would affect implications for their other ability to consume or ability to get a better house. We actually understand very little about these factors, and they have great implications for welfare of everyday consumers in the UK. At the moment, I'm focusing on variation in UK consumers' borrowing costs in the mortgage market, and in doing so, I'm fortunate enough to use the FCA administrative data on mortgage transactions, which covers every single mortgage in the country. And that includes some information about the borrower characteristics, it involves information about the property and a bit about what sort of deal they got. And this is a goldmine for understanding precisely the issues of consumer decision-making in the mortgage market on an individual level. Because the data sets I have access to are very large and very detailed, I'm able to use advanced machine learning algorithms to predict, for instance, consumer risk and explore how that affects the prices consumers experience in the market. Initial results so far do suggest that there is a lot of variation in borrowing costs by UK consumers, and in fact, even after I look at the set of products that in principle should have been available to a particular household of particular risk and with a particular property, the prices that consumers pay vary by hundreds of pounds per year. The price variation experienced by very similar households under certain conditions could be indicative of the market not working well. For instance, the competition might not be very effective and consumers might be having trouble shopping around, which might contribute to the differences that they pay. It would be premature of me to make claims that the work I've done so far demonstrates consumer harm. However, I hope to explore this question in much more great detail in the future.